is you get a little better crowd because you're going into holiday breaks. So the kids have been gone to college, ex-players or whatever, they come back to this. It's kind of a place where everybody gets to catch up and see how everybody's doing. And, like you said, it's 5 miles down the road and, everybody knows everybody. And so it's a fun time. It's exciting. And, it's always a hard-nosed ball game from the get-go.
Well, Eastern, this past Thursday night, got a chance for their, I guess their one and only scrimmage, had a chance to scrimmage against Providence there at home. I know Borden scrimmaged Rising Sun. Watching that scrimmage of ours, you can't really take a whole lot from it, but, some things that I've seen that I was really pleased with is just the effort. I think we're going to go about 8 deep tonight, Mikey.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, I think you're comfortable with 8 going deep. I mean, you got some guys in a Terry that could give you a few minutes if you needed to, but I think he's comfortable going 8 deep, and I don't think you lose anything coming off the bench going 8 deep.
And with this Borden team down here, they're pretty seasoned. I mean, they got a pretty seasoned team. Like you brought up earlier when we was talking, the roster is all seniors and 2 sophomores, and one of the sophomores is Coach Doc Nash's son, Kasem, which we know he's a nice player and he can flat out shoot it. But Mason Carter, Sterling Michael, the Urton boy, and then the other coach's son, Mason Jones, son of Kevin Jones, which we know he's got a good background in basketball too, coming from North Harrison.
Yeah, I agree. But the thing about this is, to me, this game here tonight is more important for Eastern than it is Borden. This is a kind of a make or break, in my opinion, for the boys because, last year you get a new coach. Expectations wasn't there because our expectations haven't been very high in the past. And he comes in, does a phenomenal job, and we're, had the sectional title in the grasp of our hands and couldn't pull it off. And but as last year, as you look through the season, most teams still looked at us and thought, well, they've won 4 or 5 ball games, 6 ball games. Could be a fluke. And, we beat some teams we may not have been at should have beat, or we, lost to some teams we should have beat. You look at the Hauser game, the Salem game up there. There's 2 games that puts us over 500 easily. But now this team comes in with kind of a bullseye on their back, and they've never been in this kind of atmosphere or kind of expectations that everybody is going to hold them to this year. And I think it's important for us to come out and get a win here tonight, because if we lose this ball game, where does that take us, or do we go back to the mentality of, well, we're not as good as we thought we were?
I think you hit the nail on the head there, Mikey. I mean, like you said, it's been a long time coming since the excitement is back at Pekin in basketball the way that it was in years past. And I think to your point, it is very important for us to get out to a good start because there is some big expectations. And I talked to Doc Nash quite a bit, and he told me, he said that Eastern could be possibly the best team on their schedule all year long. So I mean that says a lot for what Coach Cribble's got coming back.
Yeah, it's going to be. We got pieces, and we got to figure it out early where them pieces fit in. You're bringing back 3 starters, and then you're bringing back, Eli. We don't know who's starting for us exactly yet, but Eli varsity minutes last year. Caleb Jones got some varsity minutes late last year, but then you're bringing in, Branson White, Yancey. Them guys haven't seen a lot of varsity experience, and how are they going to respond early in the season? Because you're going to play in a hostile environment. They're going to be on you. Their crowd's going to be yelling and everything in you. And then you turn around and you go to another bad atmosphere when you go to Scottsburg next week. So, the start of this season is very crucial for the Musketeers, I think. And, just to keep the morale and everything up and not get into the part of, well, maybe we're not that good, because in my opinion, we're a top 3 or 4 team in the conference. Silver Creek's going to be good again. North Harrison will be good. Scottsburg will be good. And then, Borden's pretty good. It ain't going to be no cupcake, but we're capable of finishing top 3 in the conference. And in my opinion, you go from not being talked about last year in the sectional to probably the sectional favorites this year.
I would agree with that.
And in my opinion, you got potential to go farther than just sectional, but it starts here tonight with getting things done and taking care of business.
The one thing I would say, Mikey, the last thing, we'll step away here, hear a word from our sponsors, but, watching that JV game, one thing that, and you touched on it a little bit there, is they are going to be physical just like they are every year, but we got to block out. We have to block them out. We can't depend on, obviously, we're going to be bigger than they are tonight. We can't depend on our height and our size to be getting rebounds. We got to go block out somebody and just go get the basketball. We'll step away, hear word from our sponsors here, and you're listening to Eastern Musketeer Basketball on WSLM. Salem, Indiana.
Everyone needs a passion.
Young people, especially.
That's one of the reasons why high school sports are so powerful.
Because they give student athletes purpose, something to be passionate about. I'm Sandra Walter.
And I'm Robert Falcons. We're both assistant commissioners for the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
And we're passionate about preserving the purity of high school sports.
They're the purest form of sport. Playing field.
And they're played for school and community pride.
They promote sportsmanship and build character.
And this year, we are thrilled to welcome back our passionate fans.
So buy a ticket to your school's next sporting event.
And experience the passion and the purity of high school sports.
The athletes and schools deserve your support.
This is your team. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back to Borden High School here. As we get set here, we got about 6 minutes left here before we get the starting lineups and the national anthem. But one thing I wanted to get with Mikey on here, as we try to do before every game here, is, and I know he's touched on some of them, but try to get his keys to the game on both sides.
Well, I'll start with Borden first. First thing is you gotta control Cherry. I know you talk to Doc, and Doc says he's not going to help down, but I just don't see how you can't, because if you don't, he could go off for about 30 tonight, and he's really expanded his game, and I think he's going to be a key. And for them, they got to keep the pressure on us. We got, like I said, some newcomers coming into the varsity level along with the young point guard. Really get after them. And for us, I think the ball's got to go through Cherry. That starts us, and then take care of the basketball. Limit them to one shot, take care of the basketball, and I think we'll be okay.
Well, we got some drinks coming up here for us, Mikey. But one of the biggest things like you did, I think the biggest thing is Cherry. He's going to be on both ends of the floor. We have to stay out of foul trouble. We can't get in foul trouble. I can remember last year we got in a little bit of early foul trouble in that ball game, and which really affected us. But it's a little bit different. We have some trust in some other players now this year that we can't come off the bench with, that we don't lose as much, which we touched on earlier. And I think for Borden, it's going to be important. They're going to have to shoot the ball well.
Yeah.
They're going to have to shoot the ball well. From outside, dribble, drive, and kick, and I'm not sure how deep they go, but I think foul trouble could be a problem with them too.
Yeah, and you touched a little bit about what you said with foul trouble, but we got guys off the bench that we trust this year. You think about it, this time last year, Coach Fribble really wasn't familiar with his players yet. He didn't get a real full summer with them, moving down here, COVID and everything else that we dealt with. This year, he's been with them through last season, through the summer, and these guys have put in the work. We've seen it. I've witnessed it. They put in the work, and he's been with them every step of the way. And, I think that could be a difference in this year to last year of just, the confidence he has in the kids.
Well, the Eastern Musketeers are taking the floor again here, waiting on the Borden Braves to come back out. Talk a little bit about the JV game, Mikey. I think we ended up getting beat by about 16, wasn't it? Good close game going into halftime. Eastern trailed by 2. You talked about it. There's a lot of freshmen playing. That doesn't, and I'm going to speak for Garrett here, that doesn't really truly understand basketball yet. He's still learning so much every day. You can tell it when he comes home. And I talked to him. He's just overwhelmed with a lot of things he's getting fed right now. And I think that's the likes of all the kids. And they'll get better as they go on. They got some good athletes on that team, and then hopefully, they'll stick with it here and be able to help this program out in the future.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you got to think he played 5 freshmen, I believe, and a 4 exchange student into that mix makes 6. And I can honestly probably be 100% right on this. They've never played in front of a crowd like they played tonight.
No.
I don't think, I asked you if Garrett was nervous, and you said, well, I don't think he understands what's going on. I don't think any of them understood, because we didn't play in front of fans last year.
No.
I don't think any of them kids, sophomores, freshmen, understood really what was going to be going on tonight. And it's a game changer when you play in front of a crowd like this.
Well, after watching them play, I could go back and answer your question about being nervous. I would say they all were a little nervous tonight.
Something else to touch about, JV team, but also a little bit around Musketeer Nation. The girls will be back in action tomorrow night as they travel over to Floyd Central. Hoping to get back in the win column after a tough loss last Friday night at Salem. Talking with Kylie, I know Coach is kind of trying to get them motivated, get them going, and they're in a stretch, probably the easiest part of their season. And then you hit about Christmas, and they hit a stretch where they're playing some top-notch teams, and just like the boys' side, the girls' side's loaded in that conference. And
yes,
I think everybody kind of wrote Silver Creek off a little bit this year, and Corton's just a phenomenal girls' team, and they just destroyed them last night. So
I was talking to Coach McBride a little bit last night after that game, and they said the final score was about as close as it was. It was up to like 34 one time.
Wow. So we'll be back on the air tomorrow night for that. I know around other county sports is a big one tomorrow night. The Salem West Washington game. That's another great rival that kicks off the season, and we'll be bringing you Lady Musketeer basketball tomorrow night, and then take a little break for the holiday and be back at it next week.
We'll step away here, Mikey, and hear a word from our sponsors so we can get our national anthem here. We'll be back with the starting lineups. You're listening to Musketeer basketball on WSLM, Salem, Indiana.
This is what a touchdown sounded like at a high school football game without fans.
Touchdown, Tigers!
Without you there, Indiana high school sports just weren't the same. But this year, a touchdown will sound like a touchdown again, because you'll be there to experience it. High school sports are far better with you in the stands. That's because high school sports are about more than the game. They're about the community. They're about the fans in the stands who come together to cheer for the leaders of tomorrow.
Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Knight, and I just want to welcome you back to the stands. The students and schools deserve your support.
This is high school football. This is Friday night. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, Robert, are you going to the game on Friday?
Yep, I've already got my ticket, Carrie, which we both know as Indiana High School Athletic Association Assistant Commissioners is much more than a ticket.
It's so much more. When you go to a high school sporting event, you're making a contribution to your community.
That's right. The proceeds from ticket sales go right back to your school's athletic department to help pay for things like facility maintenance and officiating crews.
And just by being there, you're encouraging the student-athletes and your community to achieve their goals.
They need that encouragement. They need high school sports in their lives.
They really do, because they teach important life lessons like how to be part of a team.
And it's the team that provides a sense of community.
Which is why it's so important for the whole community to come together to support their high school student-athletes.
So join us and buy a ticket to the game.
You'll be supporting your entire community.
This is your team. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
This is Becky White from WSLM. I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Hello there, Jalen Hoare here at John Jones in Salem, Indiana. Winter is here, as well as a bunch of Chevrolet trucks. We've got incoming 21 and 22 model Silverados. Come check out our inventory at 1450 South State Road 60. Pick out the truck that works best for you and your family, or check out our inventory online at johnjonesautogroup.com. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at 877-473-5546. And from Jalen Hoare over at John Jones, happy holidays.
At John Jones CM City, you see so many because they pay so little.
Hi, welcome back to Eastern High School here. We've got our national anthem here, and we are getting our starting lineups right now. First, I'll give you the starters for the Borden Braves. Starting one guard, a 5'11 senior, number 3, Mason Carter. At another guard, 6'2 senior, number 11, Sterling Michael. At a third guard, a sophomore, 6 foot, number 21, Kasem Nash. Another guard, 6'1 senior, number 24, Mason Jones. And in the middle for the Borden Braves, a 6 foot senior, number 33, Ethan Urton. For the Musketeers, he's going with a 6'3 senior, number 23, Cade Jones. A 6'1 sophomore, number 25, Cade Temple. In the middle for the Musketeers, 6'10 junior, number 30, Jacob Cherry. Another forward, 6 foot junior, number 33, Yancey Edlin. Another forward for the Musketeers, 6'5 senior, number 54, Eli Guthrie. Well, Mikey, here we go. We've been waiting for about 8 months for this.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a hype. You know, we've talked about it a lot throughout football season, girls basketball. You know, we'll see what we're made of. And me and you talked a lot about where we think we ought to be, what we could do this year, and you know, hopefully we're not putting too much on it. But I think this team can be special.
Here we go. We'll have number 33, Ethan Urton. Will jump against Jacob Cherry. There's a great crowd in here, Mike. You know it?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say it's about 85% full here right now. The referee comes to the middle. Tip is up. And it's going to be controlled by Borden. As it's tapped out of bounds by Jacob Cherry. As Carter is set to inbound it for the Borden Braves here. He'll get it into number 24. Mason Jones. He'll slide it back right to Michael. There's a little runner by Kasem Nash, and he got it. Now Temple. Temple's got it out top here, dribbling. He'll give it off to Cade Jones. Jones is going to attack Mason Carter, kicks it out to Cade Temple for a 3. No good. Offensive rebound, Yancey Edlin. Edlin sets his Temple down the middle. Now here's Eli Guthrie at the top of the key. He'll hand it off to Yancey. Yancey to Cade Jones. Now goes to Temple. Now they're going to look inside the Jacob Cherry. Little soft jumper, no good. Rebounded out of there as Eli Guthrie's trying to rip it away. It'll be a jump ball. Now it'll be Eastern basketball. 7:12 to go here in the first quarter. 2-0 Borden on top early. As Cade Temple set to trigger it in for the Musketeers. He'll throw it over the top to Jacob. Jacob will go to work. He'll spin. Little jumper. No good. Rebounded out of there by Mason Jones. Jones on the run. Now here's Kasem Nash for a long three. No good. Rebounded by Kay Jones. Jones clears it off the Temple. Temple to get across half court here. On the left wing. Now he's looking inside, penetrate down the baseline. Now he'll give it off to Jacob Cherry. And now they got him trapped now over the top to Jacob. Jacob goes to work, throws it up, got it. So Jacob 1 for 3 here. 2-2 ball game, 6:30 to go in the first. Mason Carter. Carter to Jones. Jones back to Carter. Jones has it on top of the key now. So they'll slide it left to Carter. Carter inside to Urton. Now back to Jones. Jones lets free go and got it. 5-2. Temple looking to penetrate, hands it off to Jones now. Jones thinks about a three, nothing there. He's being guarded by Kasem Nash. Off the ante, Edlin. Edlin on the right wing now. He'll dribble it out top, now try to penetrate, gives it off to Temple. Baseline to Eli. He'll look inside to Cherry now. Cherry going to look to go to work, spins, little 10-footer, got it again. No answer for that right there, Mikey.
No, I mean, he's got to have 20, 25 shots tonight.
Now Mason Jones to Carter. Baseline here to Michael, back to Carter. Carter out top to Mason Jones. Jones is going to hold on to it. Eastern in a 2-3 zone here. As Kasem Nash is running the baseline. Jones will call out direction here, and they'll set up another offense. He'll go left side to Carter. Carter looks inside to now Nash for another three. No good. Rebounded out there by Temple. Off to Kay Jones. He'll bring it across the timeline. Now go to work on Carter. Carter's going to get called for a foul. First foul called with 5:07 to go here in the first. Borden on top, 5-4. Eastern had the ball out of bounds here underneath their own basket. Temple over the top here to Yancey Edlin. Edlin gets it, loses the handle. Jones does them. Mason Carter's going to get an easy layup here, makes it 7-4.
Once again, they're going to play physical, and we're letting them. You know, if they get to play physical, we're going to be in trouble, I think. You know, Carter's got his hands all over Cade.
Temple out top. Now here's Edlin. Looks inside to Eli. Eli's got to turn and look. No good. 15-footer by Eli. Rebounded by Jones. Over the top to Urton. Urton goes to work. Back to Jones. Out to Nash. Now over here to Sterling Michael. Michael drive middle. Back to Nash. Ball stolen away. Fought for. It's going to be another jump ball. Should go over to Borden. Caleb Jones will check in for Eli Guthrie. Mason Carter set to trigger it in for the Borden Braves underneath their own basket here. Still looking, gets it into Urton. Urton spins, throws it back out to Jones. Jones now to Michael. Back out top to Kasem Nash. Nash with a long three, no good. Rebounded out of there by Temple. Here's Kay Jones. He'll let three go. No good. Rebounded by Cherry. Off to Edlin. Edlin will go in, laid off the glass and got it. 7-6. Borden with a 1-point lead. Here's Sterling Michael. Back out to Mason Carter. Back to Michael. Michael let three go. Got it. 10-6. Temple directing traffic now, being guarded. Now looking for a double team. Back out top to Caleb Jones. Now Yancey Edlin down low to Jacob Cherry. He shoots no good. And it's going to be a rebound, be a foul called. I think it might be on Borden here. And it will be. It'll be on Mason Carter. As Carter will check out. Check it in. Number 4, Sean Condon. And number 35, Cruz Martin. Brady Schuler will check in also. Eastern basketball, 10-6, 3:27 to go here in the first. Here's Edlin. Back to Temple on the baseline. Temple goes to work. Throws it inside to Jacob. Now to Caleb Jones. Jones will let three go. No good. Rebounded out of there by number 35, Cruz Martin. Out of Mason Jones. Martin left side to Sterling Michael. He'll let 3 more go. Got it again. (13-6). Borden on top. By 7. Temple brings it across the timeline. Being guarded by Condon. Now Kay Jones will go to work. Loses a handle. Picked up by Michael. Up ahead to Cruz Martin. Martin will go in from the right side. And Yancey Ellen strips it away. Stolen by Caleb Jones off the Temple. Now Temple's on the run here. Here's Kay Jones for a 3. No good. Rebounded by Yancey Edlin. Temple now spin in the middle of the lane. Back to Edlin. Edlin will let 3 go. Got it. 13-9. Traveling call on Sterling Michael. Turnover back to the Musketeers. As Branson White will check in for the first time and replace Yancey Edlin, and Casey Nash will replace Mason Jones. Urton coming back in the game, and he'll be in for Sterling Michael. Guthrie back in for Jacob Cherry. Branson gets it into Temple as he gets it across half court here. Temple drives baseline, up and under, no good. Going to be tapped out of bounds and stay with the Musketeers with 2:13 to go here in the first. Mikey, we've had good looks. We just can't get nothing to go down.
No, I think we're a little hyped up.
Into Cade, now down low to Eli. Eli off glass, got it. 13-11. 2 minutes to go here in the first. Kasem Nash now walking across half court, being guarded by Temple. Off to Urton. Urton. High post to Condon. Now off to Urton. Urton will drive middle, dump it down to Condon. Off glass, nothing good. Rebounded by Eli Guthrie. Off to Branson White. Now Temple. Temple back to Guthrie. Now handed off to Kay Jones. Jones works down the middle, goes off the glass, no good, but he'll be fouled and go line to shoot 2. Kay's got to see one go through here, Mikey.
Yeah, he really does. He's trying a little too hard right now.
So Kay Jones will be at the line shooting 2. 1:36 to go here in the first quarter. Musketeers trailing by 2, 13-11. Jones' first one is up and good.
You know, Doc's already went deeper in his bench than I anticipated.
Oh, yeah.
In the first quarter.
Kay Jones' second one is up and also good. Tie ball game, 13-13 with a minute and a half to go. Left side, back out top to Kasem Nash. Nash, yelling out direction. He'll penetrate on Temple. Now get it off. Now dumps it down to Condon. His little 8-footer, and they're going to get Eli Guthrie for a foul. If he went straight up, I think he had it.
Yeah, I agree.
That will send Condon to the line to shoot 2 now with the clock stopped. Minute 21 to go here in the first. Condon eyes the first one. It is up and good. As Mason Jones will check back in now and replace number 22, Brady Schuler. Jacob Cherry will check in also and replace Eli. Condon's second free throw is up and is no good. Rebound Jacob Cherry. Off to Caleb Jones, now Temple. Temple dribbled across half court. Take it all the way to the basket. No call there. Gets his own rebound. Off glass, got it. Musketeers with a 1-point lead. 15-14 with a minute to go here in the first. Nash. Now Cruz Martin on the left wing. Martin being guarded by Branson White. Back out top to Mason Jones. Jones on a dribble, spin move. And they're going to nail Caleb Jones for a foul here. That's kind of unfortunate. Sterling Michael replaces Sean Condon. Mason Jones set the trigger in for the Borden Braves. Gets it out top to Sterling Michael. Ball stolen away, and Jacob Cherry played good defense right there. He didn't do too much. Here's Cade Jones. He attacks the rim. He's going to be fouled on the floor. So Eastern will have it out of bounds underneath their own basket with 37 seconds to go here in the first. Musketeers still holding on to that 1-point lead, 15-14. Cade Jones over the top two. As Casey Nash steals the ball away as he tries to throw it on top, goes off glass and got it. 16-15. We're down to 30 seconds. Up ahead to Branson. Now Cade Jones. Jones is going to let three go. No good. Rebounded by Branson White. Now Cade. Cade's going to be fouled and go to the line to shoot two with 17.2 to go. I think Cade needs to start attacking the basket a little bit. See if you go through here.
Yeah.
Jones, 2 free throws. His first one is up and good. Tie ball game, 16 all. Cade's second free throw is up and also good. 1-point lead. Musketeers, 17 seconds to go. Now Borden walking across. Mason Jones on top, being guarded by Caleb Jones. Loses the handle. Jones picks it up. Is on the run. Lays it off the glass and got it. Good defense by Caleb. Here's Borden. Mason Jones. Let one go at the buzzer. And no good. So at the end of one, the Musketeers lead the Borden Braves 19-16. We'll be back bringing you second quarter action. This is Musketeer basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
This is Becky White from WSLM. I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Hello there, Jalen Hoare here at John Jones in Salem, Indiana. Happy Thanksgiving from us over at John Jones in Salem, Indiana. Turkeys aren't the only things you want to make sure you get off the table. Chevrolet's got a $500 Cyber Cash program going on. Give us a call at 877-473-5546 or check us out online at johnjonesautogroup.com for more details on this special program.
At John Jones GM City, you see so many because they pay so little.
Welcome back to Borden High School here. Start of the second quarter. Musketeers on top, 19-16. And Eastern will have the basketball to start this second quarter with Branson White, Caden Temple, Yancey Edlin, Cade Jones, and Eli Guthrie on the floor for the Musketeers. Comes into Temple. He'll walk it across here. Go left. Now baseline to Branson. Back out top to Yancey Edlin. Edlin will drive middle. Down the lane. Goes off the glass and got it. Good strong move by Yancey Edlin there. 21-16. Mason Carter out top now. Musketeers in a man-to-man now. Mason slides it right now to Cruz Martin. Being hounded by Branson White. And he'll throw it off of Branson White, and it'll be Borden basketball here.
You know, here's something else you got to look at. You know, Carter's in with 2 fouls. I would attack him. You know, Yancey down here this last time did that. We got to keep attacking him.
Absolutely. I didn't realize he had 2 fouls, Mikey. Now Carter dumps it down to Urton off the glass. Rebounded out of there by Cade Jones. Jones is going to be called for a double dribble, and I believe he did. Borden basketball. Mason Carter triggered in underneath their own basket. Carter gets it into Cruz Martin. Martin will drive down the middle of the lane, lay it off the glass, and got it.
Too easy.
21-18. Yancey Back out top to Temple. Now Branson. Down low to. They try to go down low to Eli, and they tap it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Musketeers. Mason Jones set to check in along with Jacob Cherry. Cherry's in for Eli, and Mason Jones checks in for Ethan Earp. Temple sets the trigger in. 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Jones has got it out top looking. Now he'll tack. And he's going to be called for a travel.
Don't know about the travel, but I'll take it over an offensive foul.
I thought that's what he was going to call. Was an offensive foul. 21-18, under 7 minutes to go in the half. Jones, now Nash. Right wing to Cruz Martin. Cruz hands it off to Mason Jones. Jones, cross court to Sterling Michael. He'll let 3 more go and got it again. That's 3 threes for Sterling Michael. We might want to find him. Tie ball game, 21-all. They throw it up to Jacob, and he didn't get it. Now Cade Jones off the glass and got it. Well, that wasn't pretty, but I guess it worked. Now Cruz Martin. Back to Mason Carter. 21-20, 23-21. Musketeers on top. Jones, spin move. Up with it. Got it. High ball game again. Now Edlin across the timeline. Back to Temple. Temple to Edlin. Yancey now looking inside. Cross court to Cade Jones. Jones being double teamed as he throws it off of Carter. Yancey taking the ball out of bounds. Just throw it in the backcourt here. Temple gathered in. Temple still has it out top. Now gives it to Jacob Cherry in the high post. Cherry now. As Cade Jones falls down, turnover Musketeers. Here's Mason Jones. Goes off the glass, blocked away by Jacob Cherry. Jones. Now here's Sterling Michael. Block shot by Jacob Cherry. Nancy Edlin comes up with it. Stays under control. Now he'll gather it in and give it off to Cade Temple. Now back to Edlin. Edlin. He's going to let 3 go. No good. Rebounded by Cruz Martin. Right side to Casey Nash for a long 3. No good. Rebounded by Yancey Edlin, and he'll get it off to Cade Temple. Well, 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Now Edlin. Yancey looking inside. He'll dribble back out top here. Now go left wing to Cade Temple. He'll let 3 go. No good. Rebound Borden up ahead to Cruz Martin. Now back to Sterling Michael. He'll let 3 more go. Air ball on this one. Rebound gathered in by Branson White. Ball stolen away. Mason Jones, and it'll be a foul called on Yancey Edlin with 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half.
Entering the game for the break, number 33, Ethan Earp, and number 4, Sean Compton.
On the floor for the Musketeers, Caleb Jones, Cade Temple, Jacob Cherry, Nancy Edlin. Now Mason Jones has it out top for the Braves. 4.5 to go here in the first half. Now Casey Nash. Off to Condon. Condon, high post to Urton. Urton looking inside. Now goes to Condon on the left wing. Condon penetrates middle. Gets cut off. Now goes to Mason Jones. He'll let 3 go. No good. Rebounded out of there by Yancey Edlin. Edlin now bringing it across half court now. Looking for Cade Jones. Now he'll tack up to Jacob Cherry. Now to Caleb Jones. Jones will let 3 go. No good. Rebounded by Mason Jones. Too many Joneses, Mikey.
I hear you.
Mason, now Mason Carter. Now here's Nash for another long 3. No good.
High ball game here with 3:45 to go. Not much scoring this quarter.
No. Caden Temple has it out top. Off to Cade Jones. Jones looks inside to Jacob Cherry. Cherry goes off the glass. Got it. That's the first time I think he's touched the basketball this quarter, Mikey.
Yeah, we kind of got, trigger happy from the 3-point line and, got away from our bread and butter.
I mean, he's only got about 10 inches on every player on the floor for Borden.
Yeah.
Condon, left wing, penetrates to Nash now, right wing. Now back out top to Mason Carter. High post to Urton. Urton looking. He'll dribble back out top, hand it off to Nash. Nash being guarded by Temple. Off to Mason Carter. Carter, right wing to Condon. Back out top to Carter. Carter now looking. Being guarded by Caleb Jones. He'll back it back out with 2:50 to go in the first half. Now Nash. Nash, high post to Urton. Urton's going to attack Jacob Cherry. Off the glass and got it. Tie ball game, 25 all with 2:37 to go. Chase Temple. Tried the backdoor cut there with Cade Jones. Now we got another turnover by Borden. Up ahead to Cade Jones. Jones, attack, goes off the glass and got it.
Well, I had the back door and Cade just stopped.
Yeah, he did. Nash out top, now to Mason Jones. 27-25, Musketeers 2-point lead. Right wing to Mason Jones. Jones travels down the middle. He's going to get a foul here, and I believe it's going to be on Cade Jones as Sterling Michael will check in along with Alex Schuler. As Urton and Casey Nash will both take a seat.
Number 11, Sterling Michael, for injured number 21, Brenton White.
Condon. Now Mason Carter. Carter has it out top. He'll slide it right to Sterling Michael. Now off to Schuler. Schuler on the right wing now. Back out top to Sterling Michael. Michael penetrates down left side. Off the glass and got it. He's a nice ball player, Mikey.
Yeah, he's keeping him in the game single-handedly.
Yep. Temple out top here. Goes right side to Branson White. White back to Temple. Temple now goes inside to Jacob Cherry. Cherry up in the shot. No good. Pass out ahead to Schuler. Schuler stop. Off glass. No good. Rebounded by Condon. Back to Schuler. Now goes back to Carter. Carter's going to be called for an offensive foul, and that's a big one, Mikey.
Yeah, it really is. Who took that charge for us?
I believe it was... I'm not sure, Mikey. I'll sit there and watch it. Don't know who took the charge. I want to say Yancey Edlin.
That's who I give it to, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it. He's squatting down here like he got the wind taken out of him.
Tie ball game, just over a minute to go here in the ball game, or first half.
Temple gets it across the timeline here, now to Caleb Jones. Jones now to Branson White, the right baseline, back over the top to Temple. Temple now. Back to Branson. Branson on the baseline, goes up with it, and going to get called for travel. They got to hit Jacob on at that high post right there at the free throw line. Cade Jones set the check back in. He'll check in for Branson White. 43 seconds to go here in the first half. Tie ball game, 27 all. Mason Jones now. Jones now to Condon. Backdoor by Nash off the glass. Got it! We obviously didn't see it, but I've seen that development all the way up here, Mike.
Yeah. Great play there to run here at the end of the half.
Bruce Mark checks in. And Brady Schuler check in for the Braves. Borden with a 2-point lead. Chance to take it out to threes. Nash gets a chance to complete the 3-point play here with 31 seconds to go in the first half. Nash eyes the free throw, and it's up and good. 30-27. Temple now gets it across the timeline here. He'll set the offense up. Temple. To Caleb Jones. Now Yancey. Yancey back to Caleb. Back to Cade Temple. Temple drives middle, pulls up for a little jump shot and got it. 1 second. Cruz Martin, the shot will not count. That'll bring us to the end of the first half. The Borden Braves on top of the Eastern Musketeers, 30-29. We'll step away, hear a word from our sponsors, be back to you, give you first half stats and comments from Mikey. You're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Let's get you set up with everything you need to know about the IHSAA. It's a busy time of year for high school sports, and we welcome you to the Commissioner's Corner. I'm Brendan King in for the Coach Bob Lovell, joined alongside IHSAA Commissioner. That is Paul Neidig. Paul, certainly a busy time. We've got some semi-state winners to crown this weekend.
Yeah, isn't it great? I'll take busy every day of the week. Great time of the year. And, we've celebrated some state championships this fall, but we got to focus on football the next 2 weeks now.
No doubt about it. You mentioned state championships, Paul, at Lucas Oil Stadium coming up here in just a couple of weeks. I wanted to ask you this. When you look at last year and you look at this year, was game planning for this year easier or harder just because obviously you're back to normal, there's more people to manage, and there's just more stuff going on this year without, as much COVID restriction?
Yeah, I think it's certainly different. I think this year for us, planning-wise, looked more like 2019, previous years. You got to remember, 12 months ago, while we were playing, we were still trying to figure out how to play. And, it's opening up a high school venue is one scenario, but then opening up a facility like Lucas Oil and temperature checks and clearing between stands and the sanitization that took place. It was all the right stuff to do. But, yeah, there were a lot more moving parts given COVID-19, where it was at, treatments and protocols than there are this year, but certainly still respect what's going on with COVID and going to do it safely.
Well, we talked about this a little bit last week, but the state championships this year inside Lucas Oil, what can fans expect that may be a little bit different from last season?
I think we're going to see more fans. Everything that we've seen this fall has been, I would call this the year of the fan. People have come back in groves just to go watch a high school football. I think they realize the value in the experience, how much fun it is to go watch that time-honored tradition of kids playing for their local high school. And it's just going to be fans. I look for a lot of energy in the building this year. We don't have to clean out, clear the facilities, so fans that want to come and buy a ticket and watch 3 games in a day are going to be able to do that this year. And I just really think there's going to be a lot of energy. And we had the energy last year, but it's just hard when you had a maximum of 5,000 per contest. This year that number's going to be at least double that, and we're hoping triple that with people coming out to watch their kids play.
Well, I'm definitely excited to be on the call for the Class 2A state championship game inside Lucas Oil, Paul. But, after the state championships, no rest for the weary. You're going to be right in the basketball season and holiday tournaments before you know it.
Again, it's just the holiday season is a great time of the year where between Christmas and New Year's, there's holiday tournaments. There's just a lot of basketball played. Kids get a chance to not to have to focus on the daily education side of why they're in school, the main reason why they're in school, and just take a 2-week period of time and just focus on playing basketball with their teammates. And great games, great tradition along the way. But, our ladies are playing, our young men are playing, and we're going to go with it.
Paul, what's really the next step for you guys in terms of spring planning after football state championships finish up? Because that's obviously a big load off your shoulder.
Once football gets over with, we do try to catch our breath a little bit at the beginning of December. But it's what's interesting. We just had a meeting this morning, and our assistant commissioners are looking at their officials meetings and the training for officials and getting them prepared for the next season, and what rule changes have come to us from the National Federation of High Schools over the last year. And how do we get that information out to our schools and our coaches? And it's a constant cycle of train officials, looking at game protocol, looking at what's best for the tournaments. Do we need to make adjustments to provide a better experience for student athletes. It's just, we don't just go play a state championship in football in 2 weeks and quit thinking about it for the next year. It's constant, and the staff does a phenomenal job. You know, they keep it live, they keep it real, and they continue to focus on what we need to do before the year's over, how we're going to manage the next year.
He is the commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. I'm Brendan King with you on the Commissioner's Corner. Paul, always appreciate the time. Should be a really fun next couple of weeks.
It is, and good luck with the show this weekend, Brandon. I look forward to tuning in Friday and Saturday night to hearing the experts talk about high school football.
Thanks for listening to the Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Chris, last year was a challenge,
It was quite a challenge.
but we overcame it.
That's what life's all about, overcoming challenges together.
And I'm so proud of our entire state and our local communities for persevering through last year together. I'm Indiana High School Athletic Association Assistant Commissioner Carrie Schludecker.
And I'm Assistant Commissioner Chris Kaufman. Last year, we learned something that high school sports have always taught kids, how to overcome challenges through discipline and teamwork.
Our student athletes do it year in and year out.
And last year, they did it with limited to no attendance.
But this year, fans are back in the stands, and we want to see your enthusiasm.
So we're challenging you, the fans,
To buy a ticket to your school's next sporting event.
and help the whole community persevere.
This is your team. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
High school sports fans, this is IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and I'd like to introduce you to new Assistant Commissioner Brian Lewis.
Thank you, Paul. I can't tell you how excited I am to be part of the team.
We know you're going to excel in your role. High school sports have been a huge part of your life.
That's right. I played high school sports, I coached high school sports, and I was an athletic director.
You truly live high school sports. Tell the fans why they're so important to you.
Because high school sports are education-based athletics, and as a former teacher, I know firsthand how effective they are in teaching lessons outside of the classroom.
Real life lessons.
100%. They teach teams how to overcome adversity.
How to work hard. How to get better every single day.
Absolutely. And I think most importantly, how to be part of a team.
Well, Brian, welcome to our team.
This is your team. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Sandra, tell me your favorite thing about Indiana high school sports.
Well, Chris, as a fellow IHSA Assistant Commissioner, I don't know if I could choose just one. Tell me, what's yours?
It's the little victories, the day-to-day achievements of student athletes, the real character-building stuff.
Absolutely. One of mine as well. All the hard work off the court, the field, the mat, the deck, those defining moments during practices that the crowd never sees.
Exactly. And we don't celebrate those victories enough.
We don't. And there's an even bigger victory we need to celebrate.
That's right. We welcome fans back to high school sporting events across Indiana.
So, buy a ticket.
All right, welcome back to Borden High School here, halftime, as the Eastern Musketeers trail the Borden Braves 30-29 in this first half. Mikey, just get your thoughts on this first half and then get you to run down a few stats for us. But, I think Cade needs to, just settle in a little bit and let the game come to him. Take some advantage of Jacob Cherry down low. When he got touches, good things happen down there. But on Borden on the other end, we got to try to contain them as far as Sterling Michael and hope that Casey Nash doesn't get going here.
Yeah, I agree. This is an emotional game for Cade. He's got family from Borden. His grandpa, who's come to the good side now, was down here forever. And, it's an emotional game for him. He's just got to let it come. He's going to get what he needs to get. But, back to your point, Cherry's got to touch the ball every possession. I mean, he forced one when he was triple teamed down there. But other than that, he's got what he wants. We're just patient and get him the basketball. And we hit a stretch there in the second quarter where I thought we kind of got trigger happy from the three-point line. And, we had an opportunity to kind of stretch the lead a little bit. I think we were up 21-18 or something. And then we started, jacking threes, and they wasn't falling. We were 1-9 in the first half. So, but on the plus side, besides Cherry, I thought Yancey Edwin played extremely well for us.
Yeah, I was looking at your stats over there, Mikey. I think he had 7 points and 7 rebounds, something like that. That's a nice first half. But one of the key things for Borden, we'll see what Doc does coming back out here with Mason Carter having 3 fouls. We'll see if he comes back with him here to start the second half. But I would say if he does, that's one of Coach Pribble's points is going to be to attack him and try to get that 4th foul on him pretty quick here.
Yeah, and, I'm sure this was addressed at the half with Coach Nash was they give up 9 offensive rebounds. So, they got to clean that up, and they can't allow us to get second and third opportunities because ultimately that kept us in the ball game because we wasn't hitting the outside shot.
Well, Mikey gets set to go here in the second half. I'm not quite sure whose basketball it will be. It will be Borden basketball to start this second half. On the floor for the Borden Braves will be Casey Nash, Mason Carter, will be Mason Jones, Urton, and Sterling Michael. For the Musketeers, you'll have Eli Guthrie, Jacob Cherry, Cade Jones, Yancey Edlin, and Cade Temple. Both teams going back with their starters here, and we'll see what Coach Pribble does defensively this first possession. Looks like he's going to go 2-3 zone. Here's Mason Carter bring it across the timeline. He'll slide it right to Casey Nash. Now to Sterling Michael on the right wing. Back out top to Mason Carter. Carter now directed traffic as he'll slide it right. Go back to Mason Jones, back up top. Now left side to Casey Nash. Nash back out top to Jones. Right side to Carter. Carter. Back to Jones. Jones. Carter. Right wing now. I think they're trying to get something there. Slides across the middle there, Mikey, as they do hit Carter. Now Nash. Short corner here to Sterling Michael. He'll go up with it. And going to draw a foul probably on Eli Guthrie.
Well, they're going to give out the Cherry.
Jacob's first foul. And we'll send Sterling Michael to the line for 2 free throws.
Well, Borden showed nice patience right there. He finally got what they wanted.
Sterling's first free throw is good. Early in the third quarter here, 7:23 left in the third. Borden trying to stretch this back out to a 3-point lead. Second one by Sterling is good, 32-29. Bord's going to show a little pressure here. Comes into Yancey Edlin. Edlin. Turnover off to Nash. Nash from the left side. Up, no good. Rebounded by Michael off the glass. No good again. Jacob Cherry will clear it out for the Borden Braves. Pretty fortunate right there, Mikey.
Yeah, we got lucky.
Cade Temple, he'll go off the glass. Nothing there. Jacob Cherry, back up. Gets his own rebound and puts it in. 32-31. Borden on top by 1. Here's Michael's 15-footer. He'll draw a foul on Eli Guthrie and go back to the line and shoot 2 more. Well, I can tell you he's going to get a little bit more active this half, Mikey.
Yeah, I mean, like I told you, he was the offense the first half, and they're going through here to start the second half.
Caleb Jones set to check in after the first free throw. Michael's first one is up, and he rolls it in. I don't know if you could brick a free throw any worse than that and let it roll in.
That's what you call a soft brick.
Sterling will have one more. It's up, no good. Rebounded out there by Jacob Cherry. He'll hand it off to Cade Temple. Now the Musketeers down 2. He'll break pressure. Right side to Yancey Edlin. Back to Temple. Now to Caleb Jones. Caleb out top now. 6.5 to go here in the third quarter. Temple on the right wing. He'll slide it back out top here. Now it goes to Caleb Jones. Now they'll dump it down inside to Jacob Cherry. Cherry up, no good, and tipped in by Cade Jones. Tie ball game, 33 all. 6:15 to go in the third. Carter back to Mason Jones. Jones thought about a 3, nothing there. Slides it left to Carter, back to Jones. Jones now baseline to Sterling Michael. Michael, ball tipped away, back out top to Mason Jones, and he will get called for a travel turnover back to the Musketeers. Exactly 6 minutes to go, Mikey, here in the third. Tie ball game. We're going to have a foul called on Mason Jones here. I don't know about that one, Mikey. I didn't see much there.
No.
He was just holding him. I mean, they are playing aggressive, but they wasn't calling that in the first half. I don't know why he's starting now. Here's Temple. He finally gets it across. Musketeers really sloppy out here. They're really putting pressure on us across half court. Turnover, Musketeers. Here's Sterling Michael. Going to draw another foul on Jacob Cherry and go back to the line again. Coach Pribble calling for a timeout. Timeout, Musketeers. As it'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here with you. Got a long-time friend down here listening to us on the mic. Mikey, we got to watch what we say. We don't want to be critiqued too much when we get done here.
I know. He's a good dude, basketball fanatic just like us, so...
and an IU fan.
And this is the first time I've seen him speechless and not want to talk.
He thought about it, but, I don't know. He's a little gun shy. Maybe by the end of the year we might be able to get him. Maybe we can get him on for the holiday tournament or something like that.
There we go.
The Musketeers break the huddle here. Michael will have 2 free throws coming to him here to try to give Borden back the lead as we're tied 33-all right now with 5:42 to go in the third.
Well, you can see right off here at the start of the second half, they are attacking Jacob. They are attacking him, making him play defense.
First one by Sterling is good. Michael will have one more, and he rolls it in. Give Borden a 2-point lead, 35-33. Yancey inbounds to Caleb Jones. Back to Edlin. Edlin now to Jones. Jones up ahead to Cade Jones. Jones going to attack now, going from the right side, laid off the glass and got it.
Nice move right there. That's what he's got to do more of.
Tie ball game. Mason Carter. Back to Mason Jones. Carter. Goes down low to Urton. Now here's Kasem Nash. Nash back to Carter out top. Right side to Sterling. Carter. Down low to Urton. Urton. Pump fake. Now here's Jones for a 3. No good. Rebounded out there by Jacob Cherry. He'll clear it out to Caden Temple. Temple. Now to Edlin. Back to Temple. Temple spin. Goes off glass. Got it. That's a nice move right there. That's one thing we did not have last year out of him. He looks a lot more confident now. Now Borden, trailed by 2, 37-35. Jones thought about a 3, thought better of it. Back to Kasem Nash. Nash, high post to Urton. Now Carter, left side to Michael. Michael will drive, pull up for a 15-footer. No good. Rebounded out there by Caden Temple. Temple being guarded by Sterling Michael. Off to Edlin. Edlin looking to Temple. Now Cade Jones. Jones on the right baseline. Hits Yancey. Yancey pump fake. Goes to the basket. Lays it off the glass and got it. Too strong for these. Yancey's too strong. Timeout, Doc Nash. 4:07 to go here in the third. Eastern on top of the Borden Braves, 39-35. We'll step away here. Word from our sponsors. You're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
This is Becky White from WSLM. I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Hello there, Jalen Hoare here at John Jones in Salem, Indiana. Winter is here, as well as a bunch of Chevrolet trucks. We've got incoming 21 and 22 model Silverados. Come check out our inventory at 1450 South State Road 60. Pick out the truck that works best for you and your family, or check out our inventory online at johnjonesautogroup.com. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at 877-473-5546. And from Jalen Hoare over at John Jones, Happy holidays.
At John Jones GM City, you see so many because they pay so little.
All right, welcome back to Borden High School. 4:07 to go here in the third quarter. Musketeers on top, 39-35. Mikey, what do you see different out of the Musketeers here to start the second half?
Well, we're not settling. You know, we've got inside. I mean, all our points the second half's been off the dribble and getting to the rim, and that's where our strength is. I mean, we're not a great outside shooting team. On the flip side, Borden's are trying to attack Cherry, and they're trying to turn up their defensive pressure and force us to be uncomfortable. And it's worked a little bit here to start the second half.
The Borden basketball here is Mason Carter walking across the timeline here. Eastern still in that 2-3 zone. Nash to Carter. Carter looking for Sterling Michael down on that short corner. Nothing there. As he'll hold on to it out top. Nash on the left wing, back to Carter. Carter to Condon. Condon, left wing, drives middle, kicks it out to Cruz Martin. Martin for three, no good. Rebounded by Cade Jones. Jones now. Cade gets it flipped from behind. We got to be communicating on that. Turnover Musketeers. Carter now stolen away by Yancey Edlin. On the breakaway, he'll go in from the right side, lay it off the glass. No good. And we're going to get a foul on Cade Jones. They called that on Caden Temple. I thought for sure that was on Jones, Mikey.
Now you got me all messed up.
It's okay. He won't foul out anyways. Inside to Sterling. Sterling goes to work on Jacob Cherry. Blocked away by Jacob. Cade Jones comes up with it now. Caden Temple. Temple. Baseline to Jacob Cherry. Back to Caden Temple. Temple now to Jones. Jones will let three go. Got it, banks it in.
Whatever works.
42-35. Musketeers on top. Condon. Now Mason Carter. Borden needs an answer right here, Mikey. I don't think they want to get down much more than this. 2.5 to go here in the third. Cade Jones tries to steal now. Cruz Martin on the right baseline. He'll go back outside to Carter. Carter looking now to Kasem Nash. Down low to Condon. Condon back to Carter. Carter will let three go. No good. Ball fought for. Condon comes up with it. Offensive rebound. Little 8-footer. Got it. 42-37 now. Back to Temple. Temple now spin. Back to Yancey. Right wing to Caleb Jones. Jones off the glass. Nothing there. Going to be out of bounds on the Musketeers. Back to the Borden Braves as Mason Jones and Urton will check back in, and they'll check in for Carter and Sterling Michael. Branson White will check in also and replace Caleb Jones.
You know, that's two layups we've missed point blank. Nobody on us. You know, that's 4 points. That makes that a 9-point ball game right now.
Mason Jones. Cruz Martin. Martin, high post to Condon. Now here's Kasem Nash for a three. No good. Rebounded by Condon. Up. No good. Another offensive rebound. Back out to Mason Jones. Cruz Martin has it out top now. Down to a minute and a half here in the third quarter. 42-37 Musketeers on top. Mason Jones. Cross court to Cruz. Cruz Martin to Mason. Borden showing some patience here. Short corner to Urton. Urton penetrates on Jacob. Shoots a shot. Nothing there. I think it was partially blocked as he gets the rebound and gets it off to Caden Temple. Temple now to Cade Jones. Down to a minute. Now looks inside to Jacob Cherry. Cherry off the glass. Got it. Curtains if he gets it on the block, Mike.
Oh, I agree. You know, he's almost shooting down when he jumps up.
44-37. 55 seconds to go. Mason Jones to Cruz Martin. Martin penetrates. Now Jones. Now gets it down to Condon off the glass and got it. Overplaying a little bit too much there. We got out of position there, Mike.
Yep, I agree.
Pass long to, as we try to alley-oop here from Cade Jones to Jacob Cherry, and Cherry was fouled, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2 here.
Well, that would have been spectacular if he would have got it down.
Yeah, that might have brought the house down and put a little pressure on Borden there. Let's see if Jacob can knock down a couple free throws as Eli Guthrie set to check in after the first one. Free throw is no good by Jacob. 32 seconds to go. Musketeers on top by 5. As Jacob will have one more coming to him here. He'll let it go and got it. As Eli will check in for Jacob. Condon will get it into Mason Jones. Jones will walk it across the timeline here with 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Musketeers still sitting back in that 2-3 zone. As I'm sure Borden looks like Borden's going to take the last one. We're down to 15 now. Jones will go. Now Casey Nash back to Jones. Jones now to Condon. Down to 7. Ball tipped away. Saved by Yancey Edlin. Oh, and he stepped on the sideline there. It'll be turnover back to Borden here with 0.9 seconds to go. Good effort there by Yancey, Mikey.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, and Borden's fortunate that he didn't get it, get a shot off there.
0.9 to go. Borden basketball here as Condon will trigger it in for the Braves. He'll throw it in to Mason Jones. Jones will let one go from half court. Not even close, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter with a score. Musketeers on top of the Borden Braves. 45-39. We'll be back to bring you fourth quarter action here from Borden. You're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
Everyone needs a passion.
Young people, especially,
That's one of the reasons why high school sports are so powerful.
because they give student athletes purpose, something to be passionate about. I'm Sandra Walter.
And I'm Robert Falcons. We're both assistant commissioners for the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
And we're passionate about preserving the purity of high school sports.
They're the purest form of sport left. They're played on a level playing field.
And they're played for school and community pride.
They promote sportsmanship and build character.
And this year, we are thrilled to welcome back our passionate fans
So buy a ticket to your school's next sporting event.
and experience the passion and the purity of high school sports.
The athletes and schools deserve your support.
This is your team. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back to Borden High School here as we're ready to start our fourth quarter. Musketeers on top of the Borden Braves, 45-39. It will be Musketeer basketball to start this fourth quarter. Mikey, we're going to see what we're made of now here. Not really been in a situation like this for a while. Turnover Musketeers as Mason Jones goes in from the right side. And it's going to be Musketeer basketball there. We were fortunate on that one, buddy.
Yeah, we really was. I mean, we've had way too many unforced turnovers.
And a lot of them right here at half court, too, you know. As Mason Carter will check in now for Mason Jones. Borden still in that pressure. Yancey gets it into Cade Temple. Temple. Now we'll go to Cade Jones on the right wing. Dumps it down to Eli Guthrie. Guthrie goes to work, goes off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound, and I believe we're going to have a foul called on Borden, and it'll send Eli to the line for 2 free throws. The foul will be on Sean Condon. That'll be his first. Eli's got to finish that down there, Mikey.
Yeah.
He's got to finish
Well, he's
that.
got to use the right hand. He went to his strong hand with the left.
First free throw is no good as Sterling Michael will check back in for Urton. And Caleb Jones will come in for Branson White. We're early here in the fourth quarter. Eli trying to stretch this out to a 7-point lead and does not. Rebound Mason Carter. Carter runs across half court, being guarded by Caden Temple. Stretch that 2-3 zone out just a little bit. Now Casey Nash back to Carter. Back to Nash. Nash. Carter. Now to Cruz Martin. Kasem, short corner to Sterling. Back out to Carter. Now here's Cruz Martin for a three. No good. Rebounded by Kate Jones. Good look by Borden there. Up ahead to Yancey Edlin. Another turnover. Picked off by Condon. Up ahead to Kasem Nash. Nash spin. Shoots. Condon with a rebound and got it. 45-41. 6:50 to go here in the ball game. Jones off to Edlin. Edlin breaks pressure, penetrates. Now to Jones. Jones is going to let three go. Got it! 48-41. 6.5 to go in the ball game. Borden now with an answer. Here's a long three by Cruz Martin. He got it! 48-44. Ball comes into Caleb. Now back to Yancey. Yancey up ahead to Caden Temple. Temple, cross court to Jones again. He'll let three more go. Got it again! Now here's a long three by Kasem Nash. No good. Rebounded out. I believe we're going to get Yancey with a foul there. There's nobody blocked Sterling out. Foul called on Yancey. That'll be his second as Jacob checks back in for Eli. 51-44 with exactly 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Sterling, Mason Carter set triggered in for the Braves. Here's a little short jumper by Sterling Michael. No good as Jacob Cherry gets a rebound. He clears it out. Caleb Jones up ahead to Temple. Temple looking to attack now. Now here's Jones. Jones attacks. Back to Caleb Jones. Now Yancey. Yancey will let three go. No good. Rebounded by Mason Jones. Jones on the attack now. He'll go to Carter. Carter drives baseline. Back to Mason. Now, here's ball stolen away. Up ahead now to Kate Jones. Jones off the glass. Got it. Should have been a foul called right there, too, I think, Mike.
Yeah.
Now Carter. Doc Nash seen enough right now as he calls a timeout. It'll be a full timeout as the Musketeers with 5:23 to go in the ball game. We're up 53-44. We'll take a break. Be back to you. You're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM, Salem, Indiana.
Months ago, while we were playing, we were still trying to figure out.
This is Becky White from WSLM. I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Hello there, Jalen Hoare here at John Jones in Salem, Indiana. Winter is here, as well as a bunch of Chevrolet trucks. We've got incoming 21 and 22 model Silverados. Come check out our inventory at 1450 South State Road 60. Pick out the truck that works best for you and your family, or check out our inventory online at johnjonesautogroup.com. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at 877-473-5546. And from Jalen Hoare over at John Jones, happy holidays.
At John Jones CM City, you see so many because they pay so little.
Welcome back to Borden High School here. 5:23 to go in the ball game. Musketeers up by 9, 53-44. Mikey, crunch time right now. What do you expect Coach Pribble down here coming out of this time out here?
Well, I think it's got to go inside. It's two guys you got to, you weren't taking the shot. But, we talked about it, off the air right there during the commercial break that turnovers have been our Achilles heel tonight, and it's really kept Borden in the ball game. So, and they're going to turn up the pressure here with 5 minutes to go down 9.
Absolutely. We thought they were physical before. It's good. It's fixing to get real physical as it comes into Mason Jones. Jones, high post to Michael. Michael looks cross court to Carter. Carter looks for a shot. He'll go back out top to Mason Jones. Jones, now Carter on the left wing. Back to Jones. Jones, he slid that pivot foot. He sure did. Turnover Borden as Branson White set to check in. He'll check in for Yancey Edlin with 5:05 to go in the contest. Musketeer basketball. Branson looking, gets it into Caleb Jones. Jones dumps it off to Cade Jones, up off the glass from Branson White. 55-44 now. We're under 5 minutes. Here's Cruz Martin being guarded by Temple. Back to Mason Jones. Jones now Martin. Martin will let three go. No good. Rebounded by Jacob Cherry. Got to take care of the basketball right now, Mikey.
Well, got
off the glass, and we got a timeout again by Doc Nash. As Cade Jones goes off glass and puts the Musketeers up by 13, 57-44, 4:40 to go in the contest. Mikey, we'll keep it here this time of this full timeout, but what's the difference? What are you seeing in the difference right now?
Well, take away the turnovers we've had. We've attacked the rim. I mean, we haven't settled for outside shots. And the 3 or 4 we've shot them in rhythm. Good. We're set, ready to shoot, step into it, knock it down. Other than that, when they press, we've pushed the basketball where when a team presses you, if you break it, you get layups. It hurts their press. And it's really been beneficial to us. Down here on defense, we've kind of expanded our zone a little bit. Found shooters. We found Michael. Haven't allowed him to really get off or Kasem at that. And they've taken a lot of time. They've struggled to try to find something on the offensive end.
Do you think some of this, Mikey, going back to their pressure and us getting a chance to get some breakaway layups or attacking the rim, is because they're in desperation mode right now where they have to overplay and kind of anticipate passing lanes and things like that?
No, I don't think they were in desperation mode till about a minute and a half ago. I mean, it was still a 2-3 possession game, and now you've pushed it out to a 5 possession game. So, you're at crunch time now. Now you're getting desperate.
Borden basketball. Mason Carter, right wing, back to Jones. Now Kasem Nash, back to Jones, right wing to Carter. Jones out top, thought about a three, now goes back to Carter. High post, ball almost stolen away. Now we're going to get a foul call, I believe, on Caden Temple. That'll be the Musketeers' 5th team foul, 16th foul, and Caden Temple's 3rd. Ball's into Kasem Nash. Nash shot fake, up with the left hand, no good. Sterling Michael with an offensive rebound. He's an animal in there. Cross court to Jones. Jones is going to have a three here, and there's going to be an offensive foul called, and that will be on Mason Carter. I know that's at least his 4th. It will be Mason Carter's 4th foul. Musketeer basketball up 13. With 4:16 to go in the contest, Branson White gets it into Caleb Jones. Jones over the top to Temple. Temple cuts down the middle of the lane. Throws it up to Cherry off the glass and got it. That's nice. 59-44. 4 minutes left in the ball game. Here's Condon. Condon off the glass. Got it. He's come in and done some good things for him too, Mikey.
Yeah, he really has.
Temple.
Good decision there. Bring it out.
Hey, tacks up. Got it. Man, he's a different basketball player tonight, Mikey.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, he's making the right decision.
He's a different basketball player, and I tell you, it's really affected this team in a positive way.
Did they not count the bucket?
No bucket.
Wow.
Yeah. Inbounds here. Temple looking. He'll go out top to Caleb Jones. Jones now get it out top. Looking. He'll get it off to Cade Jones now. Jones. Being guarded by Carter. Dumps it down to Branson White. Wasn't ready. Now back to Cade Jones. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Branson White with an offensive rebound. He's got to go back up with that. He can't hand it off 5 feet away from the basket. Now Borden up ahead to Kasem Nash. Nash for a three. No good. Rebounded by Branson. And it'll stay slipped out of bounds. They said by Branson White. And it'll go back to the Borden Braves as Yancey Edlin set the check back in for the Musketeers with 3:14 to go in the contest. 59-46. Musketeers on top. Mason Carter set the trigger in for the Braves. He'll get it into Mason Jones. Jones thought about three, shot fake, a little runner down the lane, no good, gets his own rebound. Back to Sterling Michael. Michael back to Jones. Jones will let another three go, no good. Rebounded Yancey Edlin. Ball fought for, kicked out of bounds by Casey Nash, and will go back to the Musketeers. Yancey will get it into Caden Temple. Temple loses the handle. Turnover. Now Nash. Here's Jones. Back to Kasem. Kasem down the middle to Condon. Condon's 15-footer. Blocked by Jacob Cherry. He's going to get a foul called on Condon here. And I believe that will be Borden's 16th foul also. As Cruz Martin set to check in for Casey Nash.
Well, I'm still in the shock they call a foul and they didn't count the bucket down there. I mean, he's in mid-act shooting when they call the foul.
Yeah.
Our special guest over here says it was on the floor. Borden fan, typical.
Yankee fan.
Yeah.
Temple into Caleb. Back to Yancey. Yancey gets it across the timeline. Up ahead to Jacob Terry. A little alley-oop there. He puts it in. 61-46 with 2:40 to go. Cruz Martin. Back to Mason Carter. Back to Cruz. Cruz steps into a three here. Got it. 61-49. 2.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Comes into Caden Temple. Temple will be fouled by Mason Jones, and that will send Caden Temple to the line for a 1-and-1.
Well,
you see Jacob get a little bit deeper right here and flush one of those when we alley-oop it to him.
Yeah, I just want the two. I don't want to get greedy.
You just want the two?
Yeah, I don't want to get greedy. You know, I like, what Nash is doing here. Make us knock down free throws, and we didn't.
Okay. Temple misses the front end of the 1-on-1. Sterling back to Mason Jones. Cross court to Carter. Now here's Cruz Martin for another three. No good. Rebounded by Caleb Jones. Jones up ahead to Cade. Cade now. Spin move. Goes off the glass. No good, but he'll go to the line to shoot two, and I believe that'll be it for Mason Carter. So with 2:08 to go in the contest, Mason Carter picks up his fifth foul. Casey Nash will check in for him, and it will send Cade Jones to the line for two free throws. With 2:08 to go in the ball game, Musketeers up 12. Cade tries to stretch this out. Free throw is up and good. (62-49). Cade will have one more coming to him. He eyes it. And it's good. 63-49. Full timeout by Coach Pribble with 2:08 to go. Musketeers on top. 63-49. We'll step away. Hear a word. We'll be back to you. This is WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
Hey, Robert. Are you going to the game on Friday?
Yep, I've already got my ticket, Carrie, which we both know as Indiana High School Athletic Association Assistant Commissioners is much more than a ticket.
It's so much more. When you go to a high school sporting event, you're making a contribution to your community.
That's right. The proceeds from ticket sales go right back to your school's athletic department to help pay for things like facility maintenance and officiating crews.
And just by being there, you're encouraging the student athletes and your community to achieve their goals.
They need that encouragement. They need high school sports in their lives.
They really do, because they teach important life lessons like how to be part of a team.
And it's the team that provides a sense of community.
Which is why it's so important for the whole community to come together to support their high school student athletes.
So join us and buy a ticket to the game.
You'll be supporting your entire community.
This is your team. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to Borden High School here. 2:08 to go in the contest. Musketeers on top of the Borden Braves, 63-49. The Borden basketball, Sean Condon will set the triggered in for the Braves. And I would say you're going to see a lot of Casey Nash here this last 2 minutes.
Well, I don't know why we just let him roll the ball 3/4 the way up the floor.
Here's Cruz Martin. Back to Casey Nash. Now Sterling Michael. He'll let three go. Got it. 52-63. Ball comes into Temple, up ahead to Cade Jones. Jones attacks. Going to be fouled. Be fouled by Sean Condon. That'll be his 5th foul. Also, we'll send Cade Jones back to the line for 2 more free throws. I like to see him throw that one up to Jacob there, you know.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of either you pull it out or you throw it up to you.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little bit of a selfish play that, you know.
But you got our best free throw shooter on the line too. So
Correct, correct. But we can't just give them threes down here. I mean, we got to be better than that.
Cade's second one is up and no good. Rebounded out of there by Mason Jones. 145 up ahead. Ball turned over. Cade Temple picks it up. Temple off to Yancey. Yancey picks his dribble up. I don't know why. Off to Caleb Jones. Back to Yancey. Yancey. And a two-handed jam by Jacob Cherry. We're going to have a technical foul on Jacob for hanging on the rim. And I don't agree with that at all. I didn't think it was excessive. Did you, Mikey?
No, I didn't really see it all.
What's our sidekick think down there? Was it too much excessive hanging on the rim? He says no also. That'll send Casey Nash to the line to shoot the technical foul for hanging on the rim. Casey's first one's up and is no good.
Well, I read Coach Fribble's mouth right there when they give him the technical. He looked at Cherry and said, "It's about time." So I think he's okay with the technical. It kind of leaves a message in Borden, you know, you're going to go through us in the county tournament as well.
Oh, yeah. So Nash's second one is good. That'll cut the lead to 13, and they will get the ball from the technical here. As Nash will throw it in with 1:26 to go in the ball game. Now Michael. Michael will let 3 more go, and he got it again. 10-point ball game here, 56-66 with 1:15 to go. Cross court to Temple. Temple get across the timeline here. Caleb, now to Cade Jones. To Yancey. Yancey now will attack middle, lay it off the glass, and got it. That's your overplaying. That's what that overplaying will get you, Mike. Yeah. You know, gives you easy baskets. Under a minute, Musketeers up 12, 68-56. Here's Michael again. Thought about it. High post there to Schuler. Schuler shot, no good. Rebounded out there by Cherry. Cherry gets it off to Cade Temple. Temple gets it across timeline. He'll probably back this back out and does. Is going to be fouled by Casey Nash and will send Cade Temple to the line to shoot 2 here as Borden is in the double bonus now. KT is step up the line here to shoot 2. His first one is up and is no good.
20-point ball game. We knocked down free throws.
Absolutely. Absolutely. KT's second one is up and also no good. 40 seconds. Cruz Martin with a rebound off to Mason Jones. Jones will attack with a runner. No good. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it out to Cruz Martin. Here's Kasem Nash now. Nash drives. Is going to be fouled. And that'll send Kasem to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. With 29.3 seconds to go, Musketeers up 12. Still a little bit sloppy with the ball, Mikey, you know. And
yeah.
I know they're playing hard and they're physical with us, but shot is no good by Kasem. Rebound by Jacob Cherry. As Cade Jones will be fouled by Sterling Michael and will send Cade back to the line to shoot 2. I'd say if Cade knocks these 2 shots down here, Mikey, that'll be the last foul you see. unless they score a big three or something down here real quick. And
I think regardless, I think you're at ball game right now. I think you just step back and let it go.
Jones's first one is good. Cade's had a nice second half.
Yeah, rebounded well.
Yeah, he did.
Well, I talked about it. It had to go through him and Cherry. In the second half, it has.
And it has, absolutely. And kudos to Caden Temple. He's done a nice job taking care of the basketball for the most part, too, and distributing it, attacking when he had the opportunity. So Jones' second one is good. Pushes the lead out to 14 with 24 seconds to go, 70-56. As Caleb Jones, Jacob Cherry, and Yancey Edlin will check out. We'll get Dylan Beach, Chris Terry in the ball game, along with Branson White, Caden Temple, and Eli Guthrie. As Mason Jones picks it up, he'll let three go. No good. Rebounded out of there by Eli Guthrie. Guthrie gets it off to Branson. He gets it across the timeline. That'll probably do it. And that will do it, as there's going to be no more fouls. And the Musketeers will come out of Borden tonight. It'll be 1-0 Mikey with a victory over the Borden Braves, 70-56. And we'll be back to you here in just a moment. We'll step away, let Mikey get his final stats together and thoughts. We'll be back to bring those to you in just a moment. You're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
Yep, I've already got my ticket, Kerry, which we both know as Indiana High School Athletic Association Assistant Commissioners is much more than a ticket.
It's so much more. When you go to a high school sporting event, you're making a contribution to your community.
That's right. The proceeds from ticket sales go right back to your school's athletic department to help pay for things like facility maintenance and officiating crews.
And just by being there, you're encouraging the student athletes in your community to achieve their goals.
They need that encouragement. They need high school sports in their lives.
They really do, because they teach important life lessons like how to be part of a team.
And it's the team that provides a sense of community.
Which is why it's so important for the whole community to come together to support their high school student athletes.
So join us and buy a ticket to the game.
You'll be supporting your entire community.
This is your team. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
This is Becky White from WSLM. I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Hello there, Jalen Hoare here at John Jones in Salem, Indiana. Winter is here, as well as a bunch of Chevrolet trucks. We've got incoming 21 and 22 model Silverados. Come check out our inventory at 1450 South State Road 60. Pick out the truck that works best for you and your family, or check out our inventory online at johnjonesautogroup.com. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at 877-473-5546. And from Jalen Hoare over at John Jones, happy holidays.
At John Jones GM City, you see so many because they pay so little.
This is Becky White from WSLM. I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Hello there, Jalen Hoare here at John Jones in Salem, Indiana. Happy Thanksgiving from us over at John Jones in Salem, Indiana. Turkeys aren't the only things you want to make sure you get off the table. Chevrolet's got a $500 Cyber Cash program going on. Give us a call at 877-473-5546. Or check us out online at johnjonesautogroup.com for more details on this special program.
At John Jones GM City, you see so many because they pay so little.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports.
Welcome back to Borden High School here. For the conclusion of this game here as Musketeers come away with a victory over the Borden Braves tonight, 70-56. Mike, kind of we say it seems like we say it quite often, a tale of two halves here, and I thought the Musketeers did a really nice job coming out there in the second half and kind of controlled the game there, and I think that's hats off to some adjustments that Coach obviously made in halftime as Jacob touching the ball, Cade playing within himself, and also Caden Temple and Caden Temple kind of controlling the game at the point, and he didn't turn the ball over a whole lot, but all of them played well. You know, Yancey stepped up, had a good first half there for us. I think we went back, he had 7 points and 7 rebounds. That's a nice first half for him, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, Borden plays hard. They're a nice ball team. They're going to have a lot of success this year with the schedule that they play, the conference that they're in. I'll be really, really surprised if they don't win this conference.
Oh, I agree with you. I mean, they're going to, give teams fits. They beefed up their schedule. I mean, they play a little tougher schedule than they used to. And, I think Coach Nash knows that he's got a loaded team of seniors, veterans. And, if he wants to make a run and do something, this is the team that's going to do it. And like I said before, we got the county holiday tournament in December there right before Christmas. And we could see this team again. And, now you've seen each other a little bit, know what each other's going to do. It's going to be probably a little tighter ball game.
And I don't know if I don't think it's on the web or not, but you spoke about the county tournament, and I think you got confirmation tonight on the draw of that. I'll let you kind of.
Yeah, Mr. Newcomb said we play the second game at night, that Friday night against Salem. The Borden will play West Washington to open that up, and I believe that is at Salem this year.
Yep.
So, and here's the thing with that county tournament. No matter what anybody's record is going in, you're talking about, and I know Borden's in a different county, but you're talking about 4 schools that rival with each other, and it is a knockdown, drag-out game, no matter who we play. And it's always a fun tournament, fun atmosphere. And we was fortunate enough to win that last year, but with Borden getting quarantined and dropping out, which would have made it a lot tougher.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, we get to do that, and still waiting to see if Coach Fribble is going to come up.
Well, you want to run through some of your stats while we're waiting on him to come up?
Yeah, I can do that. First for Borden, they were led in scoring tonight by Sterling Michael with 22. I mean, he played a phenomenal game. And like I said, I think he was a single-handed one that kept him in the ball game. Scoring also for the Braves was Mason Carter with 2. And he got plagued with foul trouble early. Sean Condon, surprise kid for me was 9. Casey Nash held him to 8, 3 of 13 shooting. Mason Jones with 5, and he was 2 of 10 from the field. Ethan Urton with 2, and then Cruz Martin 3 of 7 with 2 3-pointers and 8 points. They had 10 turnovers, 8 assists, and they shot for the game 66% from the free throw line, 28% from the 3-point line, and 34% from inside the 3-point line. For the victorious Musketeers, led in scoring with them was Kate Jones with really a quiet 30.
Yes, it was. It really was.
And then Jacob Cherry with 15, and the third person in double digits with Yancey Edlin with 11. Also for the Musketeers, Branson White with 2, Caleb Jones with 1, Caden Temple with 3. Eli Guthrie with 2. And, we struggle. We shot 52% from the field, 31% from the 3-point line. But the one number that coaches we got to get better at, free throw line, we was 59%. Can't have that. We had 16 turnovers, and a lot of them were just unforced, in my opinion. But we out-rebounded them 45 to 27.
That's the one thing I had circled here. I had that circled, and second chance points, we outscored them 17 to 4 on second chance points. And if you look at that, you got to know that we out-rebounded them. I couldn't believe that number, 45-27, out-rebounded by 18 rebounds.
Well, for another stat I'm looking at is they got 14 points off our turnovers. You take away them 14 points and cut that in half, it's a 20-point game. So, but I don't know if Coach is coming up or not. He's coming in now.
another stat here, Mikey, too, that Jacob was 7 of 13 from the field for 15 points, but also grabbed 13 rebounds for us.
Well, he should have 17 points because Caden's 2 that I give him is on the non-foul bucket play that they didn't give to him. But congratulations, Coach. Glad you could join us.
Thank you.
Wes, I'll let you start with him.
Well, Coach, me and Mikey talked a little bit up here and kind of went through the stats and stuff. But one thing, I thought the adjustments and the way your team reacted coming out of halftime there was kind of a tale of two halves there. And I thought you guys did a really, really nice job controlling the tempo there in the second half. Did a lot of good things. I thought, Cade played within himself a lot better there. And, we did look for Jacob, but just kind of touch on some things that you saw there going from the first half and the second half that you were looking for.
Well, to play to our strength, we had to win the rebounding battle. And it's kind of funny looking at these stats. I told our guys, we've got to win the rebounding battle 45-23. So I was off by 4 on Borden side. But I said that if we win the rebounding game, we win the game. And I felt like winning the rebounding game led us to a lot of easy stuff on the offensive end. Because once we got it, we had a lot of different guys who could attack out of it. But I think balance is I'm saying balance, but I also heard that Cade had 30 points.
Yeah, and it was a quiet 30, I thought.
I agree. But I think that we've got a multitude of guys who can make a play happen, whether that's a big rebound or, being able to go downhill and get to the rim. But we've got a lot of different guys who can make something happen. I think that that's going to be a big story for our team is our balance throughout this season.
Talk a little bit about, you talk about balance there, and me and Mikey kind of touched on it a few times there, especially late or in the second half there. Caden Temple has really stepped his game up, and, he's a couple times attacking the basket and is able to finish, and under pressure and through contact.
Well, if anybody knows his history and how much his family is just a basketball family, it's not really a shock. The dude's always in the gym. And when you watch his workouts when he's on his own, it looks the same as if, like, a coach was putting him through a workout. The kid just gets after it, and that leads to him shining in moments like this. And it's exciting to see him put in that much work. His toughness has gotten better. His ability to finish around the rim has gotten better. His shot-making ability has gotten better. I don't know if he made a perimeter shot tonight, but I know he's a guy, when he shoots it, our whole bench thinks it's going in. And that's exciting to see his growth from one year to the next. And I keep thinking back to my playing days, and I was a point guard that wasn't anywhere near where he's at as a sophomore. So it's exciting to think about what he can do this season and in the next 2 seasons.
Well, Coach, talk about, there in the first half, you were early second quarter, you were up, I believe, 21-18, and we hit a stretch where we kind of got trigger happy from the three-point line, and we kind of went away from what we needed to do. What was the message to these guys, about, you're going to get them shots if you just go to your bread and butter. He's not a ball hog.
Yes, and that was, now, honestly, the message was our bread and butter is in Jacob Carey and getting the ball to him. The message to him was he needed to be more active and get a little tougher, and he responded very, very well. He was in the right spots in the second half, and he was flashing to where he needed to be, and good things happened. But it was more of that. We needed to get the ball in there before we can get it out. Like, they were shooting reversal threes instead of inside-out threes. And to me, that's a huge difference. Every shooting drill coaches have you do is off of an inside the lane and back out type of three. So it was good to see them make that adjustment and trust our big guy, and our big guy step up to do what he needed to do.
Let's talk about, coming into this season, you had three starters returning. Eli played some varsity, but you started, Yancey, who had no varsity experience. And, talk about him coming into this game and what he really, I thought, in my opinion, he would get the game ball just for what he brought tonight.
Well, he's a guy that, he was a captain tonight. He's a guy that holds other teammates accountable. He's a guy that last year was a playmaker on the JV, scoring, 20 points in games frequently. And I kept him there and didn't bring him up for that reason. I could have brought him up on the varsity last year and said he had varsity experience, but I needed him to be a playmaker, and that's what he learned last year on the JV. So he can bring that to us tonight, and he was able to help a whole lot more in the press than what maybe we would have ever thought he would have. But when he gets it there and can attack, then we've got the lob to Jacob, we've got the corner 3 to K. We just have a whole lot more options, which is, and that's not even talking about him on the defensive end, where he was very active and rebounding and getting deflections, and he was kind of all over the place tonight. But that's something that for you guys is the first time you're seeing it. For us, this is something that we expected from Yancey.
Well, Coach, I know it's been a long night. It's been a much anticipated ball game from about 8 months ago. You was ready to get back here and get things going. You got to turn the tables. You stay on the road again next week as you go to Scottsburg. It's going to be a different type of team with Scottsburg than what you've seen tonight. What can we expect coming into Tuesday night game in your first conference game?
Well, to be honest, I know nothing about Scottsburg, so we're gonna attack that next. We will watch their game tomorrow and kind of approach it that way. But I've heard that they've added a couple new guys. One is an incoming freshman, and another guy is maybe a transfer. But that's just hearsay. I don't know that for sure. But I think that they're a team, from what I've heard, that could be top in the conference. So that just makes our conference that much deeper. Our conference, no matter how good we are, is going to be a dogfight. Every single night we go out to play is going to be a dogfight. And I'm excited to get that started on Tuesday. Got to see where it goes.
And I don't know if you've scouted over there or not since you've been here, Coach, but they call that place the pressure cooker over there, and it's a really, really neat place. And it'll be kind of like, it's bigger, obviously, than this, but it'll be the same kind of atmosphere because they love their basketball over there, too. And they're kind of in the same boat that what we're in. They was waiting on, that turn there, and by the sound of things, maybe they're turning the corner here, and stepping their game up. But congratulations again, Coach. It's great to get off to a 1-0 record here to start the season. Get back to work here. I want to wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving, safe travels. I'm sure you're going back up north, but appreciate you stopping by, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, you too.
Coach Pribble stopped to talk with us. We appreciate that. Mikey, I think we pretty well covered everything here, and if you don't have anything, we'll get ready to set this thing back to the station.
Yeah, I don't have anything. Just a fun game tonight. Kind of what we wanted out of it, and be back at it tomorrow night for girls action. Hoping they can get in the win column, and then be back Tuesday night for the boys.
Well, that'll be about it for Mikey and myself. But again, the Musketeers come away from Borden tonight with a victory, 70-56. Well, you've been listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana, and I say God bless and good night.